Have you ever felt like your data is trapped in silos, buried in multiple spreadsheets and databases? Then you're not alone. One of the interesting things in today's modern businesses is that due to the rise of technology, lots of businesses are able to get data from lots of different sources. Could be operational databases, could be CRMs, could be mobile application or web applications, social media as well. All in all, there's lots of data coming in from different places, as it were. However, because most of these businesses data infrastructure, data architecture was built with technology in mind, like a data warehouse, and not with an architecture in mind, a lot of these businesses suffer from data silos with so much data locked up somewhere and in different places, but they're not able to get insights out of it. And so on this video, we're going to be talking about the data fabric methodology when it comes to data architecture in your organization, because data fabric allows you to think about data first and not the technologies, right? We're going to be looking at what data fabric is all about, the benefits of implementing data fabric, and some use cases of how you can implement data fabric in your organization. Right now, think about it. Oftentimes, today's businesses do no longer cry out for a lack of data. However, when businesses talk about lack of data, oftentimes what they're talking about is lack of insight from the data. There's so much data in the business. They get data from their operational database, like I said earlier on, social media, CRMs, different data from different sources. However, these data are now generating data silos in the organization, leading to duplicacy in data, unable to get insights out of the data. Now you begin to find instances where let's say a particular team says revenue is 5 million, a different team comes and say, oh, revenue is 7 million, a different team comes and say, oh, our revenue is 3 million. So you find that the same metric has different numbers from different teams, and this as a result of data silos. Now this is one of the challenges that comes when you have so much data everywhere but without a standard methodology to help you get insights out of that data. Another challenge that comes up in such a scenario would be duplicate data as well. So you find that the same data is stored in points A, B, and C in different teams basically within the organization, right? And you try to wonder, why do we have this same data stored in different locations for the same reasons, for lack of better words? And then you find out that different numbers on the same metric is being churned out by different teams, right? Another challenge you would find here is lack of real time to insights, right? You won't be able to get real time access to insight because you're trying to figure out which of the insights you have is correct, and this would eventually affect slow decision making because management would want to be sure what decision are we trying to make. The decision we're trying to make is based on which data. Is it based on the correct data from point A or from point B or from point C? Now all these things can be resolved or avoided or solved when you try to approach your data architecture using the data fabric format. Now this is something typical with lots of organizations, right? And so you want to understand how you can approach this so that instead of focusing on tools, because we find out today that organizations are able to jump up to several tools, say like in modern data stack thingy or data warehouse sort of thing, but then they don't try to spend so much time in understanding the architecture or the method to which they would build their infrastructure, and in this case data fabric. And so as the data grows and the business grows, there's compounding cost and lack to access of insight and a growing data silos within the organization, right? That's something you really want to avoid. So what is a data fabric? A data fabric is an intelligent network or system connecting all your data sources. So a data fabric is an end-to-end data integration and management solution consisting of architecture, management, integration solution, and a shared data within the organization that allows everyone to have access and insight to data in a central, easy, free-flowing manner. So the data fabric provides a unified user experience for every member of the organization to have access to data in a real-time manner. When you hear data fabric, what comes to your mind? Microsoft Fabric? Yes. Microsoft Fabric is built with the methodology of a data fabric. That's why you have the unified experience when it comes to architecture, data integration, data management, all centralized within the Microsoft Fabric ecosystem. Right. That's the data fabric. Okay, so some people will argue that Microsoft Fabric is not a full-fledged data fabric platform. Well, it depends. However, Fundamentally, Microsoft Fabric goes in line with the concept of a data fabric because it tries to provide a unified solution for integration, governance, management, and access to data, and also visualization as well for data solutions within an organization. And really, that's what Data Fabric is trying to do, to allow for a seamless flow of data within the organization so you can get real-time access to insights for your data. And also, it also does this using some AI and machine learning capabilities within your data fabric. So it's really interesting stuff. So what are the features of a data fabric? First, we have data integration. With data integration, you can break down silos and get in data into your data lake, as it were, from different sources. Now, interesting stuff is interesting feature in some data fabric platforms is data virtualization, so that you can move in data from point A. No, you don't have to move in data. You can read in data from different sources without having to move them into your data warehouse or data lake. Really interesting stuff. But by and large, data integration allows you to get access to your data from different sources all in one place. And then we have automation, where we can streamline data movements and data transformation processes. We also have self-service capabilities, and one of the goals of the data fabric is to allow for self-service so that users can have access to data insights when they need them. So it allows users to utilize data independently within such platforms. And then it also enables real-time insights to data. Alright, so let's talk about the data fabric architecture. A very simple, relatable example of data fabric architecture we can think about, or data fabric implementation, is the modern data stack. Especially now we have governance platforms that we can attach to our modern data stack. Right? Previously the idea of a modern data stack was to pull up tools from different cloud technologies who are serving a certain purpose, say integration, for data integration, for your data warehousing, for your data visualization. You bring these different tools together and build your solution all in one, right? That's a typical example of data fabric, right? So let's look at the architecture for a data fabric. First, we have the data management layer that helps you manage governance, documentation, access to who has access to what, and that sort of a thing, right? First of all, a data management layer. And if we are building your own modern data stack together, you would probably have a separate data management solution, right? There are, of course, open source data management solutions out there that helps you solve for data management concerns and governance concerns, as the case may be. And then we have the data integration layer, where you're concerned about moving data from different sources into your centralized repository, your data lake, or your data warehouse, as the case may be. And then we have the data processing layer, where you're processing, cleaning, and transforming your data so it can be good enough for your analysis or for your machine learning solutions, whatever you're working on your data with. On this, what comes to your mind will be DBT, right? And then we have your data orchestration layer. This is an important layer that helps you manage all your workflows from your ETL down to your storage location, right? Your jobs of transformation as well as other stuff like that. So basically those whole workflows, right? Your data orchestration layer helps you manage those whole workflows so that your processes are working seamlessly or moving seamlessly. And then we also have your data discovery layer. Data discovery layer allows you to find the data you need in an easy method. Remember, one of the challenges that we have with data silos is that you're unable to find data when you need them, and this is where data discovery comes in line, and data discovery shines as well. There are several data discovery tools out there, and one of the goals of data fabric is to see that you can easily discover data within your data fabric of your organization. And then we also have data access. This layer allows for consumption of data only to those who are required to have access to that data, right? So if a fellow does not require access to a certain data, he cannot consume that data, but can only consume the data that he should have access to work with at every point in time. So basically, your data fabric solution, a simple concept that comes to your mind right now, and my mind as well, is your modern data stack. However, there are data fabric solutions out there, right? There is one by IBM, and then recently the Microsoft Fabric solution, right, which gives us that whole idea of the data fabric architecture, right? This is just the basic architecture of a data fabric because it tries to provide that unified solution when it comes to integration, governance, and access to data. So, what are the advantages or benefits of data fabric methodology? One of the benefits is democratization of data. Because when you begin to break down these data silos, data becomes available to everyone. Everyone is able to see the data they want and work with it. So you begin to move from finding data into getting insights from data. Another interesting stuff for some data platforms or data fabric solutions is that they make use of machine learning within their data platforms to allow for easy integration of your data sources. So when you have different data coming in from different sources, say CRM, operational DB, and you want to get like a customer 360 of data map of those of your customer information from all the different solutions, right? Typically, if you build your fabric yourself with a modern data stack, for example, you probably have to do that analysis and transformation yourself, right? But some of these data platforms utilize AI and machine learning within their platform such that they are able to do that unification of data from these different sources in an easy manner. Really interesting stuff, right, for those platforms. Another benefit is better data protection. Unlike picking unlike just picking a data warehouse and trying to store your data and trying to work with data fabric methodology puts data governance and management at the forefront, right? So before your data even goes to people to have access to them, you're already thinking from the beginning your data governance and data management methodologies to help you make the most out of your data and protect your data. So data fabric helps to drive data management and governance needs within the organization when it is implemented. So within your organization, within your data team, are you experiencing data silos in the organization? Are you unable to get insights to data in a very good time? Do you have these different numbers for the same metrics? Then you may want to begin to consider implementing data fabric methodology to help you solve this problem. You could either build your own fabric, but then you have to start from the ground to understand what you really want to do so you can have a framework to help you solve this from a governance level right from the beginning. Or you could pick up data fabric solutions out there depending on what fits you, right, and the resources you have at your disposal, right? Alright, so let me know your thoughts in the comment section about data fabric, and I really hope you've gotten a thing or two out of this video. Please don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button and notification bell. Alright, so to meet again in our next video, I remain your boy David Data. See you, bye bye.